For many, many years, I have felt other Pacers fans have taken Myles Turner's services for granted for many, many years. Especially this year the most. Because first it was like, Domas should be starting over Myles, even though Domas was a power forward, and the person starting at power forward at the time was Thad Young, not Myles Turner. So that was kind of stupid. But, And now people are saying, oh, trade Myles Turner, he's playing terribly. Like, they'll say Myles Turner doesn't rebound enough. He'll grab 9 rebounds in a game. And then they'll say, oh, he doesn't score enough. He'll score. And then they'll say, well, why can't he do both at the same time? And then he'll do both at the same time. And then they ask, well, why can't he consistently do it? And I will show you that in his last 7 games in the bubble, and in his 7 games in the bubble, and in his last 3 games, he has done better than he was doing normally in the regular season. His regular season statistics versus his 7 games in the bubble and his last 3 games. Okay? So, let's start with the 7 games in the bubble. Normally, Myles Turner averages 12.1 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, and 2.1 blocks per game, along with 45.7 field goal percentage, 34.4 three-point percentage, and 75.1 free throw percentage. Those are his normal stats. In his 7 games in the bubble, he averaged 14 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 1.7 blocks per game, 51.3 from the field, 42.3 from three-point range, and 68.5 from free throw. So, I know you guys aren't going to be able to do the math in your head, so I wrote it down. In his last 7 games in the bubble, compared to his normal stats, he is averaging 1.9 points per game more, 0.1 rebounds more, 0.4 less blocks, 5.6 more percent, plus 5.6 field goal percentage, plus 7.9 3-point percentage, but minus 6.6 free throw percentage. So he was scoring better, rebounding better, shooting better from the field, and shooting better from 3. He was blocking worse, and he was shooting worse from the free throw line. I'll give you that. But let's also take into account Myles Turner is performing at the worst usage percentage in his whole career. And I know you're going to say, well, he's getting the ball more in the bubble because Victor wasn't playing for some of the games or something like that. And to that I say he's been playing without Victor that whole season, this season. He played without him for most of the season. And he's at the worst usage percentage. So he should be getting the ball more when Vic was out, right? He has a worse usage percentage. And if you don't know what usage percentage is, it's basically how much he's being used, how much he's given the ball. So the reason his points per game, just normal, like regular, normal points per game might be going down, is because he's not getting the freaking ball as much. Now let's go to his last 3 games in the bubble, where he has actually done everything that has been asked of him consistently for the past 3 games. And people are still calling for Myles Turner to be traded. Myles Turner, in his last 3 games, is averaging 13.6 points per game, 9.6 rebounds per game, 3.6 blocks per game, on 59.8% shooting from field goal range, 50% shooting from three-point range, and only 33.3 from free throw. But he's only had 6 free throw attempts in his last 3 games. Six free throw attempts in his last 3 games. One game, he didn't even get any free throws. So that's why he had 0% from the line. Because he didn't have any attempts. Couldn't shoot it. He didn't get to the line at all. And in his last 3 games, he's been averaging 1.5 points per game more, 3 rebounds per game more, and 1.5 blocks per game more, on 14.1 better field goal percent, 15.6 better 3-point percent, and 41.8 worse free throws. Again, only 6 free throw attempts in the past 3 games, and one of them he didn't even get to the line. So right now, he's on a rise. Right now, he's playing really well. And y'all are calling for him to get traded. You're calling for him to get traded when he's averaging these numbers. And he's going to be better next season. And he shut down Bam Adebayo. Like, the best that he can do. He's blocked Bam multiple times. And you just want to get rid of him. What the heck? With my hat. Just some loose threads. But yeah, y'all want him to get traded, and he's averaging better numbers right now. I get we're losing, but like, if we don't deserve him if we're gonna treat him like this. And what's even more shocking about these numbers is he's doing these numbers while he's also getting in foul trouble. Like, he can't grab as many rebounds as he would like, and he probably doesn't try to block as many shots as he wants because he might get a foul called on him, and he's trying to not get in foul trouble. So he has to be a bit more cautious with the way he plays. Imagine if we were given some calls, like how Bam Adebayo is. Myles Turner's numbers would be even better. You want him traded. He's a center who can play good defense and shoot 3-pointers. And you can feed him in the post. What do you not like about him? Oh wait, sometimes he isn't that good on help defense. Sometimes he is not good on help defense. And sometimes he doesn't fight for some rebounds. Help defense is the lack of help defense I see from him is inexcusable. But with the offensive rebounds, he can't always fight for an offensive rebound because he might get a foul called on him, and he doesn't want to get in foul trouble. And like, what reason would I have to defend Myles Turner? Like, why would I want someone on the roster who's not playing good? But the thing is, he is playing good. Just nobody's looking at it. Nobody's noticing. I'm surprised I haven't seen Justin Holiday get in a little bit of trouble, because he's been given like almost 30 minutes for the past few games and hasn't been playing very well. But like, stop trying to trade Myles. And what we really need to focus on is Nate McMillan. Because the dude will not play or bench the minutes they need to be played. He needs to take a few minutes off of how many minutes Justin Holiday's getting. He needs to give a few more minutes to guys like Edmund Sumner and Goga. And he needs to do more pick and rolls. Like, we have Myles Turner, and we're going to get Domantas Sabonis. They can set screens. Then we have guys like Victor Oladipo and TJ Warren. And Malcolm Brogdon. And Aaron Holiday. We could do so much pick and roll cheese. Like, I don't even know why we're not doing more pick and rolls. It makes no sense to me. You just have Myles Turner set a screen, and Victor Oladipo go, and then act like he's going to shoot a three. That way 2 defenders try and get on him. Then he passes that up to Myles. Myles is wide open, hits a three, because Myles can shoot threes. That play would probably work multiple times in a game. Or use Domantas Sabonis. Or maybe you could keep the ball and Myles, keeps the guy, and then Victor or TJ could score on the person that's defending them. But most likely it would be a mismatch. So, and I saw multiple times where Myles would be in the post and he has a mismatch on someone, and like the center is guarding the point guard, and the guy who's supposed to be guarding the point guard is guarding Myles Turner, and then Myles is in the post, and nobody passes it to him. Like, he can easily score on a point guard in the post. All he has to do is just lay it in, or dunk. He can easily score. He can easily score on anyone who's a small forward, shooting guard, or point guard. Easy, in the post, any day. I don't care. It could be Paul George. It could be James Harden. It could be Chris Paul. I don't care. Myles Turner can score on them in the post. Especially Paul George. If it was crunch time, and it was a clutch basket, Paul George can't defend it because he crumbles in clutch situations. But we're just not going to get into that. I've already made multiple videos on Paul George. You can go check those out. But yeah, we treat Myles Turner like he's putting up 10 points per game and like 2 rebounds in 0.5 blocks on terrible efficiency, when really he's putting up pretty good numbers on pretty good efficiency, and he's getting screwed over by refs all while doing it. Why? Why do you want to trade him? Who are you going to trade him for? I've seen some for us to get Drew Holiday, but we already have enough point guards. What center would you trade Myles Turner for? Now, we're not going to be able to get an all-star. Who would we be able to get? Willie Cauley-Stein? You want Willie Cauley-Stein from Myles Turner? Or how about John Collins? Right, that's his name. Plays for the Hawks, yeah. You want John Collins for Myles Turner? Yeah, that seems like a good trade. Honestly, right now, Myles Turner is the best center we can get. He's getting paid $18 million. Yes, I get it, and you want him to put up all-star numbers while getting paid that amount of money. But Malcolm Brogdon is getting paid $20 million, and he's not good. He's not putting up the best numbers he can put up right now. He's not putting up all-star numbers. Where's the outcry about that? Every time Malcolm Brogdon is our leading scorer or scores a lot of points, we seem to lose. Why is nobody talking about that? No, it's all Myles Turner. Everything is Myles Turner's fault. They get the Nate McMillan, because Nate McMillan is... We need a new coach. But Myles Turner? The dude's like 24, 25. He's not even in his prime yet. He's averaging good numbers. And we have him for 3 more years. 3 or 2 more years. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Love on each other, as in, like, you know, tell each other they love. I don't know, like, who the person is, so, the fuck you doing? The fuck you doing? Dumbass. My bad, y'all.